All right, welcome back. We're on to scenario 3 of the heirs campaign, and um, I had to reorient the map. This is the map exactly as I'm supposed to set it up. Obviously, it's not matching the scenario book. Here, I can show you. The scenario book has, for example, the Nararan are over here, and we're way down here at the bottom, which you can't even see, and I can't push this up anymore. I can turn it sideways so you can see, though. We're sticking out the bottom. But here you can see I had to, in order to get it all to fit on the camera, which is in this landscape view going this way, I just, moved it around. So this would be the bottom of our scenario board, and this is the near the top. And then, of course, everything's oriented properly beyond that point. So with this scenario, if we cleared all landmarks in scenario 2, we start this scenario with all landmarks revealed. So I'm going to go ahead and get our landmarks out, and we get to see them all. So the first one, of course, the swamp has to go closest. And so let me just show you real quick. The first one is a grail goat, and that's going here. The next one is a source peddler, and that's going next to us with 5 health. The source peddler gives you a lot of source, but he is quite tough to take out with your early level guys. And then, of course, the goat being relentless is only good if you can one-shot him. And then we have a whole bunch. So I have a little system where I roll a die, and then I count, 1, 2, 3. So, for example, this one is a teleporter. Okay, that's what the 3 is. And then I'm rolling a 2, and a 2 is this type of landmark. And I'm just going from this way to that way. And so this landmark is an altar of aggression, which doesn't give you anything. And it has entropy, which will cause it to blow up once it's down to 1 health. So that altar can just go fly a kite right over here. Okay, and then it's going to keep rolling, and where's the next one? Next one's right here. And I rolled a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to get us a swamp, which is a thorax with the toxic secretion. Now he's revealed, which means that getting next to him is going to be a challenge. But the good news is he's way the bleep up here. So he's a little out of the way. And then I see one more right here. I don't think I see any other ones. Now, what's interesting is this tower is not even on a source spot. Same with this one. Well, actually, that one is. And it's a monolant, by the way. And so all 4 towers are this. It's a monolant that has connected an air defense. So every one of them has air defense. And you're going to find out why in a second. This looks like a very hard mission. But I sort of like this one more than the last one. Excuse me. But it still looks like a hard mission. Okay, yeah, the last one. Let's roll. Now, 6 is a reroll. And I would like to get another 3, because then I can pop all the way to the other end of the map. That would be awesome. I got a 6 again. And this time it's a 1. So that's going to be an anomaly, which, when revealed, is an ancient gadget. It's a portable gate port with rift walk. So I think that's actually pretty good. It's going to get us what we want. The portable gate port, before or after it's moving, a hero may spend 1 source to pick this item up and drop it on an adjacent non-path hex. I don't even think I need to move it. And then Rift Walk just says, treat it as a path. Moving on, it instantly teleports to another landmark. Teleporting does not count as part of the unit's movement. Minions may use it as long as it makes progress towards their mark. Teleporting to an occupied rift mark defeats any units occupying it. Defeating grouped units this way grants the reward for the active unit only. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. And I've been playing that if it's occupied, the minions don't teleport. I mean, that's just flat out stupidity. I'm not going to make the AI teleport if it's occupied, and I'm not going to make my guys teleport if it's occupied. Um, Obviously, that rule needs to be there in case you're playing multiplayer. And then, of course, there might be some kind of weird way where you can move a unit, where I get to like maybe mind control one. I don't know. But anyways, we shouldn't be running into that very often. But what it does do is it means that my minions, when they hit this, they can teleport immediately to there. Now, why am I so excited about this? Well, now's the next part. This guy is the only hero we're allowed to have in the game, Keem. And he's actually going to start in the game. So I'm going to grab the 4 health for him. And you can see he's flying, and hence the reason for all the air defense towers. Now, I have to roll a die, and based on what I roll, that's going to dictate where he starts. And if I roll a 1 or a 2, we are going to have the most awesome start ever. And I rolled a 5. So that's not going to be the most awesome start ever. So the most awesome start ever was going to be here. So he would have started here, and you can see just one simple move, and he would have teleported all the way and been home free. But A2, which is if I rolled a 3 or a 4, he would start in A2, and that would have been here, right in the middle of all these towers. This is an extremely awful place to start, quite challenging, but instead it's going to be A3, which is here. And that's, between this one and that one, I will take my chances with this one. So what does that do for us? Well, if I can get this guy into that portal, I will bypass all these towers and go to here. Why is that important? Well, you're going to find out in a second. It's important because I need to return Keem back home. He's trapped. And if they defeat Keem, obviously we aren't going to be able to accomplish that objective. And then he needs to survive to the end of wave 4. So I got to do 2 things. 2 of my objectives depend on this little dude making it home and staying alive. Now, obviously, I could stay alive and not make it home. That's always a possibility. But that's not what we're going to be doing in this case. I'm trying to do both. And then we need to locate the source core by clearing 5 landmarks. Now, this is the part that gets challenging because 2 of our landmarks are portals. So you got this one and this one. So that means I need to clear 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some of these towers are 5. But it said 5 landmarks. So I don't even have 5 landmarks to clear. That's what makes this game so frustrating with these portals, right? So I don't know, maybe we're supposed to just take the portals out. Again, the game doesn't give us any guidance on what to do. I'm supposed to clear 5 landmarks. There aren't even 5 landmarks in the game that I can clear. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the things I can do is perhaps I can just take the two portals and replace them. This one is an interesting one because it's an anomaly. It was meant to be used. Clear 5 landmarks. So maybe, is there a way to put more landmarks out? No, not that I'm aware of. So it's a little annoying, is what I'm trying to say. And is there a landmark out here that I'm just not paying attention to? No, and that's the thing. They put towers on the spots where landmarks would have gone. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed with this. A lot annoyed, in fact. The other thing we can do is we can say that these count, but then that's cheating too, right? Because that's going to count like I already have 2 cleared landmarks because I have 2 portals, and these aren't threats to us, so they're clear. It's bad enough that the game design this is a scenario designed where I'm supposed to try to figure out how to get him home, and having a portal that just teleports is a bit cheaty. And then on top of it, to say that not only am I going to use the cheaty to get back and forth, but then I'm going to count these as 2 cleared landmarks out of the 5. That's super cheaty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an executive decision and remove both of these. And we're just going to roll for more. And I'm going to now we're only going to do 1 through 4, because that 3, if I roll a 3, it brings a portal in, and I'm not going to bring a portal in. We're going to just skip that one, and the number 4 is now a number 3. And so there you go. I rolled a 3, so 1, 2, 3 is now a swamp. So we're going to get a swamp, and we're going to do the one closest to ours. So it's a Sabissa with toxic secretion. That's a little bit of a challenge for us when it's already revealed. Next is, see, now I'm rolling a 4, which is now going to be this type of landmark, and that's Grail Vipers. They're relentless. Okay. And then that would go here. So what's our objectives? We went over that. We're not allowed to deploy our other heroes ever. If we defeat their gate, the scenario ends. So we don't necessarily want to do that. After they build their temple, it activates the first time their gate is attacked each wave to negate up to 2 damage. So I think that's good, because now it means we're not going to be destroying their fortress gate. I mean, we don't want to destroy their fortress gate. We want to do all these other objectives, right? So, and then Angibin is their hero, and it's giving us some marks. It does not attack this scenario. Then there's some, some instructions. And then for the event die, a 1 through a 3 puts him in the deployment stack for the wave. If he's already in play, he will self-destruct at the end of the first turn. And then, of course, 4 through 6 puts a fortification upgrade on the bottom of every spire, which is just awful. And then this only has 4 waves, so this is a very short mission. We get no income, as you can see here, which is also awful. And we don't even get a lot of CP. So I just, this scenario is looking extremely challenging. So how do I get my guy home? Especially now that I took away his teleporter. So with the teleporting ability, I was going to possibly buy one of these Earthscapes and figure out a way to, to get him to fly around, right? If I were to attack this relentless goat, I could theoretically die in 1 turn. That would be awful. If I stay hidden here, their minions could theoretically go by, because they're not necessarily going after me. I'm not their mark. They will, if they have a range attack, though, eventually kill me. I have 4 health, so I can survive maybe a few of them. This tower attacks with 2 dice. He's awful. He has a range of 1, which means he can hit to here and here. So if I want to cross this bridge to get out of dodge, I'm running into 3 towers. Here, here, and here. It's awful. So if I put Earthscapes here and then another one here, I could eventually work my way around to get to the back. And let's say I even do that. Well, then now I can maybe come down here. But once I get to these 2 spots, I'm in his range. And then this guy has massive range. So there's no easy way to get through except to just sit and wait for these towers to get destroyed. That's my only option. And it doesn't look fun. I think I'm going to be relying on a lot of luck to get through this scenario. So the next thing is, let's look at our market. So we have a Renegade. He's anti-air, which means he'll never work for us. We're not even allowed to hire him. And then we have a weak point. That is awesome. And we have Reap, which is also awesome. So I wish we could start the game with some source. I don't have any. And I'm very angry because that Reap and the Hammer and Chisel would be wonderful purchases. Although a hero has to wield them, and I'm not allowed to put heroes in the game. So actually, it's probably to the best that I don't have anything because I can't use them anyways. So that would have been a wonderful thing to buy on any other scenario, but on this one, they're all worthless. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and roll for Wave 1. There is no event die on Wave 1, and the Nora are going to build their Forgotten Graves level 3. This is pretty much going to be standard. Forgotten Graves level 3 just means that whatever we kill of theirs is going to be resurrected. If you play as this particular race, you don't get to resurrect. So it does make it challenging. But of course, the AI just cheats. So they're cheating. And so what they're going to do is they're going to put out a burnout, drift. So let's get their units out, and I'm going to show them to you. Burnout, and then what's a drift? Okay. So there's a drift, and there's 2 burnouts. So you can see they each have 3 health. The burnouts have that entropy that blows up after they're down to 1 health. It flat out says that it does not hurt their own units, so it's only going to hurt everything else. So that part, we can't, exploit that to, damage their units. But we could do that to damage mercs or maybe some of the landmarks. But it's burnout, and then drift. So they're actually looking quite tough just from the start. But the good news is none of them is going to hit our hero. None of them have range. None of them are going after our hero. And then for us, we only have 3 CP for this mission, and that's brutal. So for 3 CP, I'm going to do my usual tried and true 3 Harriers with Quick Strike. I think we can maybe at least damage their towers, or maybe damage I don't know. We might be able to attack this Sabissa. It's an awful situation. This round is going to be brutal to the nth degree. Is there any other option I have? No, there isn't. I could buy a Joust. These are my 2 choices. 1 Joust for 3 health, or 3 Harriers for 2 health each. So I'm going to do the Harriers for 2 health each, and I'm going to group them together because this guy does toxic secretion. So he's going to do 1, 2, 3 damage to my units, and he's going to kill a Harrier just flying by. And so I need to group them together so my Harriers stay alive. If I have them one after the other, all 3 of them are going to die going by. Yes, they'll be able to damage this thing, but this is, like I said, this is an awful situation. Now, the one thing that I have going in my favor is if their units go by this, he will damage their units too. So this first wave is going to be a wash, so I basically have 3 waves to win, and this is bad. We go first, so this is going to go 1, 2, lose a health, 3, lose a health, he dies, and then another one comes up, and I think his movement stops as a result of that. So we already lost our Harrier. There's just nothing I can do. He does do Quick Strike, so I'm going to go ahead and damage him by 1 because I can, and there's no retaliation, and we're done. This thing has 2 range, so that means he can, he automatically gets this range, and then he has 2 more. So now this one's going to roll 1 attack die on our Harrier. He did roll a blank, so somehow we miraculously survived that, and it's their turn. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, and this one's going to move 1, and this guy's not going to move at all. Now, I could have moved Keem, but I'm not going to. I think that's suicide. So Keem's just going to stay right where he's at. So now it's our turn. We're going to move 1, take a damage because of this. And then 2, 3, 4. We have quick strike, so we can take the range off of something. And I'm going to take the range off of this guy because he rolls 2 dice. And so we're going to take his range off, although this one has really nice range. He only rolls 1 die. So the quick strike is going to pay off. But now all kinds of stuff is attacking us. This one's going to be able to attack us with 2 dice, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you can see 3 damage. So we get killed, and then 2 health comes back out. Our final Harrier. And this one gets to roll 2 dice, so he'll probably kill us. And he does. I was really hoping that we somehow would survive, and then this guy would get to attack again, and I was going to take his out. But it didn't work. So our Harriers are already dead. They just basically charged in to their doom. And we got 0 source out of this. I mean, this is just an awful situation. Now it's their turn. 1, 2. Like that. We do have our hero that could try to do something. At the moment, though, I'm still not sure I want to do anything. This Relentless is awful because, I mean, my hero could possibly take him out. But with the Relentless die, we could just get killed. And I can't take that chance. So, you know what I could do is I could move here. And then start trying to sneak along this edge, which meant that I should have taken the range off of this guy instead of that one. But that was a bad move on my part. The other thing is, yeah, this one has air defense. I mean, yeah, because of his huge range, he's going to be able to hit me from very far away. I'm just going to stay put. I can't do anything. So this guy is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So next is 1, 2, take a damage. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, take a damage. So again, I can go here, and then I can sneak across, but as soon as I get to here, this guy can hit me with 2 dice, this guy can hit me with 1. I only have 4 health. That's suicide. I can't do it. All right, so it's their turn again. This one's going to go 1, take a damage, and now he blows up. And he's going to do 2 damage to him and 2 damage to him. All right, then this one goes. He's going to go 1, take a damage, another one, take a damage, and he dies. We're not getting any of the source for this, by the way. I'm so angry at this scenario already. We're not even getting source so we can improve our situation. This is just awful. 1, take a damage, 1, take a damage, and now he's down to 1 health. He's going to blow up. He's going to kill this one, and he's going to do 2 damage to that one. And we don't get the source for this either. So, no source. It's the most... I mean, I guess our fortress didn't take any damage, but who cares? I mean, we got nothing. We don't get any income. We have no source whatsoever to help us to improve our situation. I already despise this scenario. I just want to play the game. I want to gain some source. I want to play like the multiplayer rules, but against an AI. That's really what I want. I don't like these little puzzles. And it doesn't mean I hate the game. I love this game. That's why I want the puzzles. All right, I mean, that's why I want the battles. I don't want puzzles. These are too cute, these scenarios. So, anyways, wave 1's over, and we move to wave 2. They are going to get a drift, which is this guy again. And that incorporeal means that he goes through you and steals a source. It also means, I think you can't see him. Well, no. I think it might also mean you can't see him until he's next to you. Yeah, only adjacent units may attack him. And then he can pass through and steal source. All right, so he's going to be on the bottom with his 3 health. And then a medium, which is this guy. He has the possess ability. Before or after this unit, it may convert an adjacent ungrouped opposing faction minion by placing this unit underneath it. You now control the opposing minion as your own. When damaged, remove health from the Nanorin unit. When all health is removed from the Nanorin unit, it is defeated and opponent regains control. That's an interesting one. And it only works against ungrouped. So that's something we need to keep in mind. And then on top is an Arc Bright, which, there it is, 3 range. So our hero's dead. I just hate this scenario. I absolutely hate this scenario. Our hero's going to be dead. Okay, we have to also roll the event die. And I rolled a 3. And a 3 on the event die means Anjabin, their hero, is now coming into play. And he has Source Aura, which means he can deal 1 damage to all adjacent opposing units in Spire. After his movement. And his mark, he goes after the closest opposing faction unit, which is our hero. Okay. So he's going after our hero as well. All right, we only get 5 CP. Yep, we get absolutely nothing to go after these guys. I'm very tempted to just get a flying unit. The problem with him is all those towers can still hit him. So he would die relatively quick. The jousts can take out... Excuse me. The jousts can take out a tower with fortifications, but it's 3 of our 5, which is just nothing. Obviously, the Harriers is 3 of our 5 if I deployed all 3 of those. So I think what I'm going to have to do, because I really don't have any other choice, is I'm doing that. I'm spending 3 for a joust and 2 for Harriers. And then I'm going to group them all together, and I'm going to put the joust on the bottom. Well, nope, I can't. The joust only moves 2 spaces. So I'm going to group the Harriers, and I'm going to put them on top. And then have the joust go last. All right, so the joust is here. Harriers are here. We have no source and no hope at winning this game. So let's go This time they go first. So this guy is going to move 2. This one's going to move 3, which means he's going to go do something like that. And then this one's going to move 1. All right. So then this one has a 3 range shot. So he's going to hit me for 1. And I can't do anything about it. I guess the only good thing is he's going to get out of range next turn. So he just did 1 damage and that's it. Okay. So now it's our turn. Our guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know what I just did here. That's not 4 health, that's 2 health. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2. I am going to be able to quick strike this peddler. And finally, we got some source. So we're up to 6 now. We can do something next round. Okay, this Harrier is as good as toast because this guy is in range. And he's going to roll 1 die. And he does 1 damage to our Harrier. The good news is we're out of range for this one and then 1. But I'm in range for this jerk over here. So he's going to do another. He rolled a 1. And so one of our Harriers is already dead. Just from the towers. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Their turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then this one's going to go 1, 2, and do 1 damage to us. I'm dead. There's no surviving this. No way. This is a pointless scenario. It's our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I'm going to go ahead and knock off his range with my quick strike. This one's going to move 1, 2 this way. And maybe that's something I should have considered, because instead of going like this, I could have just as easily gone this way. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut my Harrier back, because if I would have gone this way, my Harrier would have just taken 1 damage. So my apologies, folks. And then I would have moved 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, or I could have moved 1, 2, 3. Yeah, either way it would have worked out the same. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't have to go this way and I didn't have to take the hit from him. So I'm going to do that and then I'm going to kill this range, but that means this range stays. Okay, so now the towers get to decimate me. I'm going to roll the 2 attack dice for this guy. And now I die. And I have my other Harrier. I rolled the 2 attack dice for this guy. And I got a miracle. And then, but I still have 1 more attack die. And I don't get a miracle. So my Harriers are all completely dead. They were able to damage the tower 1 more time. Yippee skippy. So it's their turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then this one's going to kill me. Again. Not happy with this scenario at all. taking another damage. Oh, on my turn, I would have done 1 damage to him. Yay. So now it's my turn again. I do another 1 whole damage to him. And then I move up here and I quick strike this tower, removing its fortification. I then get pummeled and I'm going to die. There's no even point to even rolling. And there you go. That's 2 of my 3. And then on their turn, this guy can't move. This guy will move 1, 2, 3. This one will move 1, 2, 3. And this one will kill me. So nothing I could have done. So then, and this guy will kill my hero. So my hero's dead. So now I got this guy and this guy both attacking my tower. So he will do 3 damage to me before I finally kill him. This one will do 4 damage to me before I finally kill him. And actually this one won't move because he's camping. And then this one will do 3 more damage to me and destroy my fortress, and game over. I didn't even come close to winning this, folks. I mean, I just... There's not even like a shot at winning this. So if I try to restore this, it means this one gets his range back. My only hope, by playing again, which I have to do if I want to, get through this campaign, is I get to redo the landmarks. And in redoing the landmarks, I could get a better situation so I don't have such a bad start. I also will get to change the location potentially of where my my hero will begin. In fact, I'm actually thinking that my hero beginning here is actually the best of the outcomes, because then I can move 1, 2, and I'm only in range of this tower, and I can get home. This is actually the best because I'm already past the hard part of everybody else. So let's do that. So we're gonna have to reset the landmarks and try again. I just I know I get pouty about it, but I just I don't like the just how much you just got slammed. I mean, this is like playing Dragon Quest where you die on the first turn. Okay, we'll give it another try. I mean, obviously with a different start and maybe a different group, it'll make a difference. And you could always say, hey, I'm going to restart over and over again until Keem starts in the hex that I want him to start in. That's another option too. But so let's see where Keem starts. First of all, I rolled a 6, so he's starting in the exact same place he started last time. So that is not good for us, but that's where he would start with that particular roll. So he would start right there. Like I said, he would start here if I rolled a 4 or a 3 or a 4. And then he would start right there if I were to roll a 1 or a 2. And actually starting back in that corner over there, that's actually problematic as well. So I'm not saying that that's a big upgrade. All right, so this is, actually, sorry, I have to basically shuffle these. And so like I said, this could change things. So we have this one here. We do get to reveal it because we won the... All right, that's already a better start. So then this one's going to go here. And we got that dang source peddler again. I don't like the source peddler. He does a lot of damage. But maybe at some point we can take him out. I don't know. But the source peddler is a bad start there. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for this one. I got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to... so that's a hero's quest. You need a hero to pick that up. Next one. 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing this. It's a relentless... Oh, I'm sorry. I needed to shuffle these. The reason it says Grail Vipers is because that was from the last mission. All right. Okay, now we get the Lost Caverns, which I don't remember what the Lost Caverns does. I think you get to teleport somewhere or something. It's got secret passage. Give me a second and I will figure out what that does. You remove its health chip. Once it's removed, the hero may move under the landmark, locate an unrevealed landmark, and swap the 2 chips. So basically, you can you can teleport anywhere there's an unrevealed landmark. The problem is our landmarks are revealed, and so again, I can't destroy that chip. So it just means that destroying 5 landmarks just got a lot harder. So frustrating. So let's roll for the next one. Rolled a 6. This time I'm just cycling through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to shuffle these real quick. All right, so we got this one. I'm going to replace it because, oh no, I could overload it. I can destroy this one. So that's a gate port, but it's way out in the boonies. And then the last one, 2. Means another one of these is coming out. And, oh, it's a source geyser, which heals my hero. Oh, I think excuse me. Now, but the problem is, the moment that's revealed, it heals anybody adjacent to it, and then it's going to go away at the end of the wave. So that landmark's just going to kill itself, and it didn't help anybody. So it counts as one of our 5. I'll give it that much. But okay, let's... I just don't have high hopes that we're going to do any better on this one. But we're going to get the drift out again. This is the incorporeal guy. And then 2 burnouts. These are the guys that blow up. Now, they're only going to take 1 damage here, potentially, possibly 2. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and then we get 3 CP. So I think, once again, we're just going to be 3 Harriers, because that's our only option, really. With 3 CP, it's that or 1 Joust. I'm not excited about 1 Joust. So we'll do 3 Harriers, and let's go ahead and go. So we go first, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to get away from his range. But we're in this guy's range, so he's going to roll 1 die. And he did 1 damage to our Harrier. Okay, so then we're going to do their guy. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, and take a damage. Because of the secretion. This one's going to go 1, 2 and take a damage. Oh, and then what would we have done? Would we have done 1 damage to this guy? I'm going to say yes. I would do 1 damage to this guy. And I'm going to reserve the right to retcon that. And why am I reserving that right? Because if these guys entropy and kill him, I'm going to be upset. I want to be the one that kills him and does the final blow. Okay? All right. So, and then this guy would move 1. So I've already played it differently than last time, which this was the more correct way to do it. Okay. So now it's our turn. We're going to move 1. We go 2, 3, 4, which puts us in a death trap. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4 to here. So I am in range for all of these towers. So actually I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. I'm in range of all those towers anyways. And the reason I'm doing that is you'll see in a second, but we're going to go ahead and take the range off of this one first. And then this one's going to roll 2 dice. And you can see he does 2 damage, which we only need 1. So we die. So then this one rolls 2 dice, and that's going to be brutal. And he kills us. I don't know if you saw it, but he did 2 damage. And then this one's going to roll 1 die, which hopefully won't kill us. And it did not. So we have 1 health left. And with that 1 health, this guy can do a regular attack, and we're going to knock that range off of that tower. So we were able to damage 2 of the towers. Already a better start than last time. This one is going to move 1, 2. And without even waiting, he's going to kill our guy. So let's not worry about that. This one, I'm going to choose to move next. I'm going to move 1, takes a damage, 2, 3. And then this one's going to move 1, take a damage, and then he's going to blow up. So he's going to entropy, which does 2 damage to that. And now we're done for the round. So now it's our turn. I'm going to do 1 damage to him. And this guy is going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Now it's our turn. I'm going to do 1 damage, and I was able to kill the thorax, which gives me 5 source. Already a better start than last time. So I'm at 5 source, and I didn't get any source for that entropy guy, but I do get the 5 source for this, and then I level up. Now here's an interesting conundrum. I could choose to get an extra health when I level up. And so the idea here is I'm not concerned about Keem being an awesome hero who can fly around and destroy things. I'm just going to make Keem survive so I can get home. He only has 1 pip. So should I give him that extra health? Or should, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. If he upgrades 1 more time, if he levels up 1 more time, he's going to flip over, and that extra, yeah, I'm going to give him the extra health. This is a no-brainer. So he gets the extra health. Okay, so now it's their turn. And we're going to do a 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Now our turn, I'm going to move 1. He actually moves 3 spaces. But I'm going to move to here and stop. So then the next turn, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm only going to be in range of this tower. Yeah, I'm going to make it through, guys. This is already turning out to be a bit better, so sorry for my pouting. Okay, next, this guy's going to go here and there, and of course it's going to attack our... So we're going to do 1 damage back, but we're down to 9 health. Okay, our turn. 1, 2, 3. Then he's going to roll 1 die against us. And oh my gosh, I drew a blank. So we're good. This one's going to do 1 damage to us. We're down to 8 health. And we killed him. And we do get 2 source for that. So that's good. Oh, sorry, I just got a cramp and was stretching. All right, so we get 2 source. I'm up to 7. This next turn, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're in range for this guy, but not that one. And he does 1 damage to us, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to take 1 damage off. And then this guy moves up. Oh, by the way, when we finished our turn, this hero's quest, we got to figure out what that does. I think I'm going to pick that up. Exploring hero reveals the landmark and chooses one of the following. Return. By the way, this. Oh, at the end of the wave, I guess this is going to be destroyed. It doesn't do anything, so we're going to just take it out. So that's 2 landmarks gone of our 5. Return this hero to your fortress and gain 4 source. Place this landmark face down again. Or 2, defeat this hero and discard this landmark, gaining 2 relics and 6 source. Ooh. Well, I'm going to... When does explore happen? Is it before or after spires shoot? It's after the spires. So I would have taken the damage. This actually lets me return to the fortress. And I gain 4 source. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes back face down. I can't destroy it. Unless I'm willing to defeat my hero, which I can't do because that's one of my objectives. Because I could have gotten 6 source and 2 relics if I was willing to defeat the hero. But I have to choose one of the 2. Or I could have just chosen not to do it. That's the other thing. Do I really want the 4 source? I don't know what I just did. There we go. I'm at 7. Yeah, I'm going to choose not to defeat my hero because I'm going to be able to go and kill this thing. All right, so it's their turn. They're going to attack me for 1 damage. Oh, you know what? No. I'm going back. I'm taking the 4 source. That puts me up to 11. And yeah, this thing will do face down. And here's why. This guy is going to attack our gate. It puts us down to 7. We do 1 damage back, and then he's going to entropy and kill himself. So he does 2 damage to this guy, which is actually quite nice. But we don't get the source for him. And then with Keem back home, we can now deploy him, and he can, do whatever next round, and he's full health again. So he's up to his 5 health. So I'm going to deploy him for the next wave. Okay, so wave 1 went significantly better. We already accomplished our first objective. So now we just need to keep ourselves alive. We have 11 source. So that's already a huge improvement. There, I'm much happier. Always right with the world. Channel Jeff is back in business. Okay, so I think that for the next wave, we have to roll an event die. So let's do that. We rolled a 4. And a 4 is bad news. Every spire gets a fortification. Oh, I don't like that. So 1, 1. Yeah, that's not good. I guess the positive thing is I just have to destroy all the landmarks. I don't even have to destroy their fortress. It's the landmarks I have to get. But I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got to get all 3 of these. The Source Peddler, of course, I'll get him. The Secret Passage I can't destroy. Oh, I'm toast. I can't destroy that Secret Passage. So, one of the things we could have done is not allowed this anomaly to be here. but that could have significantly changed things. So let's say I grab the next one. Oh boy, 6. It would have been this, which I don't know what that does. When revealed, also reveal all non-anomaly landmarks, then discard this landmark. Well, I mean, the good news is that would have... Nope, I'm going to leave this anomaly here because that actually helped us. We're just going to replace the secret passage. But if I replace it with... Yeah, so this is like another cheaty thing, right? So I draw this one with the Awaken ability. Well, it awakens, right? Because everything gets revealed at the beginning of the scenario, and then we get credit for it. So boom, I have a third one. I don't like that, but this one can't be destroyed. The other thing we can do is, remember in a previous scenario, it was 4 source to destroy this one? So why don't we do that? I'm going to leave it there and just say I need 4 source to destroy that one. So that way I'm not feeling like Cheaty McCheaterson here. Okay. All right, we rolled the event die. It was crappy. We get 0 source for income. It's now the market phase, which I'm not too interested in. They're going to be building a drift, which is that incorporeal guy for 3 health. And then a medium, which we saw last time. That's the one that can do the possess. And then an Arcbright. And these are the guys with the 3 range, which I didn't care for last time. So that's their situation. So they got this stack here. All right, we're going to get 5 CP. And like I said, we get to build. And I think you know me. I like to build this sanctuary thing for 3. So that's going to put us down to 8 CP. Or I'm sorry, source, not CP. And then it's going to let me roll this die. And I rolled a 2. So that gives me 2 extra CP. That to me is the most valuable part of playing as the heirs. The next thing might be to get Harrier training. And then maybe even have upgraded jousts. All of these are awesome, but I only have 8. So I would have needed 9 to get all the way to the end to get the joust die. But I could spend 6 of my 9, and I will. 6 of my 8, I mean. And so I got Stables level 2 and Sanctuary level 1. So I'm also going to be able to summon a joust for 2 source at the end if I want. And then Sanctuary level 1. Now, what else could I have done? I could have... Yeah, not much else. I think this is good. So I'm going to save my 2 source. And... Sorry, I'm not real good at talking while I'm thinking. So now I'm going to... Yeah, let's just spend our CP. What's our goal here? I think my goal is I want to wreck these towers. They all have fortifications on them. So the Harrier is not as good as we think it is. So even though I upgraded the Harrier's health, it doesn't mean they... Unless the Harrier gets promoted, which it's not going to happen, upgrading the Harrier with the stables may not have been a good idea. But what else would I have done? I can't build a tower anywhere because I don't have a spot to. I mean, I could build a fortress spire. So that's the other thing too, is maybe I should have upgraded and so I can get my fortress spires up here because they're coming, right? And we may not be able to take on them. So instead of the Harrier training, because I just so here's the thing. We took the Harrier training and this. This costs source, which we don't have a lot of. And the joust would be helpful, but it's not going to be super helpful because the joust has to go next to a spire and we don't have any spires. So this is useless to us. This is also useless to us, and the reason is a Harrier only does 1 damage. Now, why is that useless? Because every one of our towers has a yellow fortification. See here? They're all fortified. And so since they're all fortified, 1 damage is not going to do anything to them. So I'm taking back the 6 source from here, and I'm going to upgrade all the way to fortress spires here and get 2 minaret towers. So we can defend our fortress, which only has 7 health right now. So, and then actually when that guy blew up, he damaged our fortress, so we're actually only at 5 health right now. And that's the other thing, is we could spend 2 source to recover 1 health in the future. So we were at 11. I spent 9, and yeah, I'm going to spend all of my source. So I'm down to 0, and I'm going to recover 1 health, and then we're going to get 2 minarets out. And what's funny is I don't even have the ability to make minarets, but this is different because they're fortress spires, so you get to make them on the fortress. And so we get an attack and a range on each one. And that'll help us quite a bit. Okay, so now we have our 5 CP plus 2. We have 7 CP we need to spend. The Elfin Kazis are our friend because they do 2 damage. And an Elfin Kazi right here can damage both of these towers. An Elfin Kazi right here can damage both of these towers. See how that plays out? That's actually quite brilliant. But we need a lot of Elfin Kazis, and the only guy who carries them is a Humminger, which costs 4. And we get 7 CP this round. But why not at least have 1 of them come out, right? So that would be 1. And then we have 3 left. And I'm thinking I want it to be a joust. And I'm going to group them together like so. So the Humminger will go first. We want him to launch his Elfin Kazi, which I'm just going to put right here. We're going to launch his Elfin Kazi. We're going to damage 2 towers. I don't know which 2. I think I want to damage these 2 because this tower is really hard to get damage to. We'll do that, and then when the Humminger dies, the Joust will hop out and start wrecking whatever he can wreck along the way. Yeah, that's as good a plan as any. I'm going to launch Keem first, and so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so Keem has 3 movement. Actually, he's just going to move to here. Like that. And then the Humminger is going to move 2. Are we even first? No, we're not even first this round. So let's do them first. Okay, Arcbright. 1, 2. Possess. 1, 2. And 1. Okay, now it's our turn. Yeah, Keem's going to go here. And then this guy's going to go here. And then Keem does 1 damage. I don't want to necessarily damage the Humminger. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to damage the Humminger. So Keem is going to damage this guy for 1, and he's going to do 2 damage to Keem. I think you see where this is going, but let's move on. Now it's their turn. This guy's going to move 2. This guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So now it's our turn. We're going to move 1, 2 to here. He's not in range of anybody. Keem is going to do 1 more damage to the Source Peddler, who's going to do 2 damage back. Keen's down to his final health, but you're going to see how this is going to turn out. Keem is going to be the victor, and then he'll be able to upgrade to his upgraded side. Their turn. 1, 2. He has a 3 range attack. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So his 3 range attack is going to do 1 damage to our Humminger. So now it's our turn. Keem is going to kill the Source Peddler. And we have our 3rd landmark token. And we get 6 source for that. So we're up to 6. That's wonderful. And Keem gets to upgrade to his other side. And in doing so he's going to upgrade from this side to that. And you can see he gets 2 attack now and 5 health. And that's what's awesome, is he heals up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This token goes away. And he has the Rally ability. So what does Rally do for us? Rally. When this unit defeats a unit or spire, air minions within 2 hexes may immediately be promoted. I think I have to have the promotion ability first, but that's not bad. So I got a little ahead of myself, though. I'm supposed to move with this guy. I was just so excited to do that. All right, so this guy's going to move 1, 2. He has to. Then his Elfinkazi, with all of his glory, has a lot of choices, right? He gets to move 2 spaces. I'm assuming I can't move through units, or otherwise this would be like a perfect spot, right? You know, bing, bing, bing. But what he's going to do is he's going to move 1, 2, and blow up here, which is like a bonus. So we're going to get this gone and that gone. And then it's going to do 2 damage to the Arcbright. So that was a well done. You served your bird nation well. Okay, so by being here now, I got to take all the tower shots. So he's in range of this tower and this one. They both roll 1 die. Let's hope we get some miracle here. And I did. There's a blank. So let's roll for the other one. Another blank. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that. Now this guy is deadly, but he has no range. So we're okay. And here's what I like about the Humminger. Is the Humminger can now attack. He does 2 damage. So we can take out a tower or we can take out a unit. And I think I want to take out the unit because he's an easy kill. Although taking out a tower does sound fantastic. But I'm going to take out the unit for the easy kill. So we get 2 source for taking that out. And that puts us up to 8. All right. And then what's else is positive is this guy has possess, but he can't possess him because he's a grouped unit. So that's key, right? So now it's their turn, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And we have a hero now that's got a lot of health, and we can maybe, start wrecking him a little bit. So it's our turn. I have to be careful because this guy could hit all the way to here. So my hero, and I can, by the way, with my hero, I can always go to this thing and then use it to return home and gain 4 source. It's pretty awesome. You could use that every round, in fact. And you know what? When I was here, I probably should have bought this like reap thing so we could have got more source that way. I wasn't even thinking. But at some point, I got to use my hero to get these things destroyed. But I need a lot of source for that. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to go and kill the medium. So if my hero goes, for example, 1, 2, 3, then I'll be out of range of a... Well, actually, these guys can't attack me anyways. They don't have range. So I can go 1, 2, right there, and I'm going to do a 2 attack on this guy, who's going to do a 1 damage on me. So that's as good as done. Then the Humminger is going to move 1, 2, and he's probably going to get slaughtered here. Actually, I could have gone 1, 2 like that. So that way he doesn't get as slaughtered. Yeah, I'm going to do that because this guy's got 1 range. So he goes here. This one only rolls 1 die. And so the die is a 2, though. So he kills my Humminger, who survived way longer than I thought he would. And now my Joust is out. So now we get to do our attack. I already resolved this one. This one attacks the tower, and we knock off another level of the tower. Okay, so so now it's their turn. Since we're flying, this guy's going to transpose us and go 1, 2, and this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, like so. So our 2 towers get to attack this guy. It doesn't matter which one, because this guy's out of their range. And I did 1 and 1, so their medium dies before it can damage our area, which is what I was hoping to accomplish, right? So we get 2 source for that. So now we're up to 10. So it's our turn. And Keem here is going to just stay right where he's at. And then our Joust is going to move 1, 2 like this. Now I have 1 attack die from this and 2 from this. Now is when I need those miracle rolls, and I may not get it. So let's do the 2 attack dice first. Oh my gosh! Oh! And you saw the roll, folks. I didn't pull a typical YouTuber and like stage that thing. Holy cow, that was awesome. And the last one is a 1. Okay, so we took 1 damage. Oh, and before we would even have taken the damage, we get the quick strike. So I would have hit him anyways. So even if he would have killed me, I still would have been able to knock him down a notch. It'd be really nice to take out his range. All right, and then Keem here is going to do 2 damage to him, which doesn't kill him, but it does make him stronger. And that's it. So now it's their turn. This guy's moving up. Our towers cannot attack him. So he is going to do 1 damage to us, and then we're going to kill him. So we get 2 source. Excuse me. The reason we couldn't attack him is because he had incorporeal, and the spires weren't next to him. Okay, so now it's our turn. So I'm going to do, this is a little cheaty thing. I'm going to reveal this and say, oh, I'm going to choose to go back to here. And that's what I'm going to do. So then that lets me heal up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I heal up for 5, and I gain 4 source because I chose to go back. So I get 4 source. I'm up to 16. This guy is going to move 1, 2, and he's still in range. He's probably going to be dead this time. Yes, we're not going to get that lucky. I mean, that was already super lucky as it was. And now the wave is over. I'm not sure I'm going to get the 5 landmarks, but we are going to at least get 2 of the objectives. As long as Keem doesn't die here. And I am happy with that. And we have 16 source, which is another reason to be happy. So I can get like a hammer and chisel for Keem. And if I do that, then he's going to do, what this says is he's going to destroy 2. Instead of attacking, he just takes, well, let me make sure. Oh, weak point. Instead of attacking, this unit may remove the top 2 upgrades from an adjacent spire. And it's the top 2, not the bottom 2, which, like if you look at this particular one here, the top 2 is the 2 attack. So Keem can really wreck these towers. But that would require me to buy weak point for 4. Reap, of course, just gives me source. much more helpful in the beginning of the game instead of wave 3, but it's definitely an option. Okay, so we're on to wave 3. I'm at 1 hour and 14, so I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 3 seconds.